guys, welcome back. So today we're going to be talking about this camera. This is the Canon Eos-m, the first of the Canon mirrorless lineup. And I want to share with you why I think not only this camera is a good camera, but why it is the best camera under $200 for a beginner. But you know, if you've seen any of my other videos, that I like cinematic B-roll. And so we have to ask ourselves a question. The question is 720p useless? And the reason we gotta ask ourselves that is because the EOS-m only has 60 frames a second in 720p. And as the, oh, that's not working at all. And as I think I just showed, this camera, if you use it right, can actually get pretty good looking slow motion even in 720p. And that brings us to why I think this is the best camera for beginners, and it's because it's not the best camera. It's got autofocus, but it's okay. It'll work most of the time, but it's not great. So you have to learn how to manual focus. It's an APS-C sensor, it's better in low light, but it's not amazing. So it forces you to learn about lighting and creative ways to light your videos. It has a mic input, but it doesn't have such good preamps that you can leave it on automatic mode all the time and you don't learn how to use a microphone properly. By the way, I need to clean up this shop. It's a mess. So if you're in the market for the budget camera, this is a great option because it forces you to actually learn filmmaking and hone your skills. It doesn't practically record for you like some of these newer cameras. Alright, and now I'm going to talk about the thing you're actually probably interested in when you looked at this, and that's, ow, and that's kind of the pros and the cons of this camera. So first of all, if you're gonna get this camera, I highly suggest this grip. If you see here, the normal one, it just has a little tab here, right there, and it's just not comfortable to hold on to. And so I much prefer this grip. So if you're getting it, just a tip that you probably want that. One of the pros is that it does have a mic jack. Standard 3.5mm mic jack. I like this microphone on top of it, or the Movo VXR10. Another advantage is that you can buy the adapters for it. And this is a lens that you can get for like maybe 20 bucks. It's a 28mm f2.5. Decent in low light, manual aperture, manual focus. I would suggest either getting the 22mm f2 or the 18-55 kit lenses, just so that you can have autofocus for when you do want something like that. It's got a wheel and directional pad right there combo. It works well, not too bad. There is Magic Lantern available for this camera, and I've used this camera almost exclusively with Magic Lantern, but I had some problems with it. It stopped working, and so I had to remove it off all of my memory cards in order to let the camera keep running. I got that blue screen of death. I thought the camera might be crashed, but I just took Magic Lantern off, formatted the cards, and it seems to be working fine now. It gives you clean images about up to ISO 800. 1600 if you either have a denoiser or if you really just, it's better to see stuff than have a clean image where you can't see anything. But I would suggest faster glass for this camera. One thing about this camera that it has that you don't see a lot on cheap cameras, especially this for this price point, is a clean HDMI out. See, there's absolutely no icons on your screen. And that carries over into the HDMI. So you could use this for live streaming, actually. Batteries are super cheap for this, and I would go ahead and I have 5 of them, and I probably will get more. Not because it has horrible battery life, I mean, it's not great, it's only about an hour. It's just so convenient to have them and not have to constantly be recharging. It has an AV out, mini HDMI, not micro, so that's good. It has 1080p recording up to 24 frames a second and 720p in 60 frames a second. And actually, all of the video that I showed you when I was out downtown was in 720p with this lens. What really makes this camera great is the price, of course. You can get this right now for under $200, and you can actually get a speed booster for this for EF to EF-M and Nikon F to EF-M. And that kind of closes out the video, is that this camera is a great camera if you just are starting out, you don't have much experience with video, and this is a good camera to hone your skills on. It has fully manual everything, manual audio, manual exposure, you can get manual glass. It has autofocus, though it doesn't work well. It probably only works about 40% of the time unless you have a deep depth of field. And so what I would do, if you're just starting out in filmmaking, is get this camera and use it to work on your skills. And when this camera is holding you back, that's when you need to upgrade your camera. So I'm gonna leave it at that. If you have any questions about the EOS-M, leave it down in the descriptions. If you want to see how I set up my EOS-M, tell me down in the description. I would like to know. If you'd like to see more content on this or my other camera, the EOS-M3. And I'm definitely going to be doing more content about the new camera that I'm going to get, which is the EOS-M50. So stay tuned for that if you're interested in video. And I think that is going to be the best camera for this sort of niche of video style that we do. Hit the like button if you like the video, and let me know what kind of content that you would like to see. So I'm gonna leave it there, and I'll see you in the next video. Oh wow, look at that sun. That sun looks really cool. Let's get some B-roll of the sun. Just a couple shots, but look pretty cool.